Hey YouTube, it's Maddie the Emptiness Scrapper. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you stopped by. If it's your first time, I'm so glad you decided to stop by and give this channel a try. And if you're returning, I'm really glad you came back. So today I am posting a video as part of a collab. And that collab is called Smash Our Stash 2021. And each month we are given a theme, although occasionally it is an open theme. But this month we were given a theme to smash some of our sequins. And what that means is just remember that you have them and try to use them on a project. So in front of me here, I have some of the random supplies that I used in just a few cards that I was able to put together this month. I have not been very productive in my crafting, and I'm hoping to begin to craft again. It helps me get through, and I hope this little video will help you get through or just give you a little joy. So gonna just put these aside and pull over a couple of things as they pop up to let you know when I've used which item for which cards. Most of the time it's going to be pretty obvious. And I'll pull out the first card. And as you can see, I did use the sequins across the ribbon. So what this card is a Dollar Tree sheet of paper with a ribbon top and bottom, obviously the sequins. And what I actually did was use a stamp, and I'll show you which stamp I used. One of my favorites. You can see it right there. And I used this stamp pad, and that created this rainbow effect on the stamp. So I used a stamp pad and I threw it in my scan and cut, and it just cut right around for me. Thank you very much, Scan Cut. And when I saw the colors, I looked through some of my papers laying around, and I felt that this little Dollar Tree pad had a paper that was complimentary. So I just backed that up with a color of cardstock that I felt went well, and also made the shadow out of that. Next up is a card I made using a background I had laying around my room. And I encourage you, if you have backgrounds laying around your room, pull them out and see if you can, put together some quick and easy cards. Here are the sequins again. This is just a die cut. This is waste from die cutting a different card. And this background I made from a embossing folder that I had inked up, and didn't really know what to do with. So I felt that this color went with this background just a little bit, and the black was able to stand out, so I just used a panel of black to back it up, and I thought it helped to pull it together for me. This one is the same. So I had inked up an embossing folder. I hope you can see that. And I used different colors. Here's the twine I used just to snappy it up a little bit. I used some Distress Oxide to stamp this out with the same stamp, and then I inked around to help it stand out. And after I had stamped it again, I threw it in my scan and cut. So there's another birthday card that I threw together with a background I had laying around in my room. Here's another one, very similar. I really felt that the backgrounds that I had laying around pretty much coordinated with this cardstock that I had in my room. Again, I used some Distress Oxide to ink up the same happy birthday stamp, threw it all in the scan and cut, had it cut it out, inked up the edges to help it to stand out. And for this one, I found a little Dollar Tree sticker that I felt coordinated well with it. And put it all together and added some of those same little sequins that I thought coordinated well with this backdrop. Last but not least, a little bit of a different theme, which I really prefer. So everything I had made before, I sort of coordinated with backgrounds that I had made, and I seem to gravitate towards pastel, but I prefer a more darker kind of a backdrop when I look to actually give out a card. This was just a scrap piece of paper that I've had in my room for I don't know how long, die cut, and I decided to put it on black panel. I used this Tim Holtz ephemera that I recently picked up, and I thought this card came together very nicely. So when I put the ephemera on, I popped it up a bit. So I don't know if you can see that, maybe a little bit. So it's a little bit more dimensional, and obviously I just added a few of those sequins in keeping with the theme. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I learned a valuable lesson when doing that, pulling out my own backgrounds. I'm not that big of a fan of the pastels that I keep gravitating to. I cannot tell you how long I had this background in my stash. I made it with a emboss resist, so I did white embossing and then used different color inks, and the white embossing came through, and I really do like what it looks like. But I have difficulty bringing a card like this to, bringing a background like this to a place where I would gravitate towards choosing that card to give. I would definitely choose something more like this to give to a grown-up. This to me feels more like kids cards, so I'm gonna have to work on that. If you guys have any suggestions on changing your style to make it match what you'd like to hand out, please leave a comment down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and take a look at all the creators that are participating in this collab. It's loads of fun. So I hope you all stay safe, and until next time, bye-bye, YouTube.